Hi everyone, welcome to Miss R's Kitchen. And we're in the kitchen today because we're going to be doing an art project, but our art project is going to be doing marbleized eggs. So we're going to color eggs. They're going to be marbleized. They're going to be really beautiful, and it's going to be a really fun project. So I'm going to show you what you need. You're going to need a few things for our project. So one of them is vinegar. So you need to get that out. The second thing you'll need is olive oil. And if you don't have olive oil, you could probably use regular oil. I'm not sure, but I'm guessing it's probably the same. Then you're going to need some bowls. Depending on how many eggs you want to color or how many different colors you want to use, that's how many bowls you're going to need. Okay? Then you're going to need a tablespoon and a teaspoon. And if you don't have those, you can use a big spoon and a little spoon. Okay? Then we're going to get a cup. You need boiling water. So because we're using boiling water, of course, you're going to want some help, especially like whoever's taking care of you, or maybe your mom and dad, or maybe you could invite your whole family into this activity and you could all just make it a family activity and have fun. So that would be good. And you need a cloth to wipe up your spills because Miss R needs cloths because she's always very messy. And you need hard-boiled eggs. So any eggs, depending on the amount or how many people are helping you with it or doing it with you, you're going to have to boil your eggs first, okay? Okay, so that's good. So, and you also need a cooling rack. But if you don't have one, don't worry, it's okay. You can use a plate. And just put your egg on the plate and let it dry after the first step. So we're going to go step by step. Miss R is going to give you the first step and then the second step, but we're going to do it. I'm going to do it all together. And if you're finding that you're a little bit slower than Miss R, which is okay, then you just pause my video and then put it back when you're ready to start your next step. Okay? Good. So the first thing we're going to do is you need to have a glass and you need to get someone to help you, and you pour the boiling water. It has to be very hot, so you have to be very careful, right? Because we don't want anybody burning themselves, so that's why you want help. And then you can use food coloring, okay? Miss R has like solid food coloring, but you could use liquid food coloring like this. And if you use liquid, you need to use at least 10 drops in your water, okay? So that's good. So first I want to say is when you first start your egg, the first color that you do, you want it to be lighter than the second color, okay? So pick a color that's going to be lighter than your second color or your third color. So you're going to take a teaspoon and you're going to pour vinegar in your boiling water. Whoop. There you go. And the next step that you're going to do is you're going to take your food coloring and you're going to, if you're using liquid, remember you want 10 drops. But Miss R is going to use yellow. So, and mine is a solid, so it's a little bit more consistency, so I don't have to use as much. And you're going to put it in your boiling water and you're going to stir it around until it all dissolves. There, Miss R has yellow, okay? Then you're going to take your egg, your hard-boiled egg, and you're going to put it in your cup and you're going to let it sit there. And the longer it sits, the more color you're going to get. Okay, so sometimes you have to be patient. Maybe you guys could like just sit around and talk or whatever while you're waiting for your eggs or you could do another one in a different color or whatever you want to do. So that's your first step. So after your egg sits, it's going to come out a solid color. Okay, so Miss R went yellow, and I really like my yellow because it's pretty. And then you're going to take a bowl and you're going to put like about an inch of water. You don't want too much because you just want enough that you can roll your egg, and you don't want it to cover your whole egg. You want to be able to roll it around, okay? So you're going to do an inch of water. So you put your water in your bowl, and then you add your second color. Sorry, I'll show you what I'm doing. So you're going to add your second color. Miss R again is using one that's a little bit more consistency, so it doesn't take much for me to get my color right. And once you have your color, you don't want to put your egg in yet, okay? Because once you got your color, the color that you want it, mine's purple, and I really like purple. So then you're going to take a teaspoon, and you're going to put a teaspoon of olive oil into your color. Okay? So I got my teaspoon of olive oil, and you're going to mix it all up, and it's going to kind of get kind of bubbly. So you want to keep mixing it till it gets kind of bubbly and oily looking, right? So I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so it's kind of oily. I don't know if you can see. I think you can see that. Anyways, so that's your first. That's going to be part of your second step. So once your egg has been in your yellow and it reaches your color while it's still wet, you want to put it on your cooling rack or your plate so that it dries before you do your second step, right? So once you've done that, then you're going to place your yellow egg in your bowl, and you're going to kind of roll it around, and you're just going to keep rolling it. And if you find that it's not coming out like a nice color like you want, or you want it darker, you can add more food coloring while you're doing this, right? So Miss R is rolling hers around, rolling it. I need a spoon. It's kind of rolly, greasy. You can do it with a spoon, or you can do it with your fingers. It's up to you. Miss R doesn't like to get her fingers that are dirty, but this is how I'm doing mine. So the more you roll it and the more you leave it, or the longer you leave it in there, the more color you're going to get. Okay. So you just keep rolling it and rolling it. And you just keep doing that until you get the colors that you want. And then once you have the colors that you want on your egg and it looks nice and you like it and you're happy with it, then you can take it out and put it back on your cooling rack again or your plate and let it dry. And then once it's dry, you can start and use another color. So that's all you have to do. But the more eggs you have, the longer it'll take and the more fun you'll have. So it's up to you, but Miss R's is starting to come. It's starting to change color. It's almost a pink more than a purple. So, and when you're done and everything and you've left it in there for a long time, then you'll get an egg that looks, oh, where's my camera? There we go. We'll get an egg that looks kind of like that. And like I said, the more colors that you use, the more pretty your egg will be, right? So it's up to you what you do. Nassar is just rolling this other one around, and it's actually coming out a little bit different than the first one. I'll show you how it in a minute. But So I have all different colors in there, right? There's some are darker, some are lighter, but you just keep doing that with your colors until you get the egg the way you want it. And that's just the way that's how you do it. And it's going to be really fun. And I hope you enjoy doing that with your family or your helper or whoever's looking after you. Maybe Miss R will have to do it later on with her family so that we could have a lot of fun. And you can also use your egg to practice some mindfulness, like maybe some heartfulness. Maybe you could do a couple eggs for some people just to make them feel special, and you can give them away after, right? So that's a good idea too. It's up to you what you do with that. Okay, so thank you for joining me for art today, and I'll see you next time.